From Glacier Ice Arena in Vernon Hills, Illinois, we've got an SHL matchup between the Carmel Corsairs and the St. Viator Lions. Hello everyone, Tyler Aki alongside Dylan Ward. We'll check in with Dylan on the ice in just a second. We've got two teams right now hovering around 500 overall, but in the SHL it has been St. Viator who has gotten the better so far of these two teams, 11-7-3 in the league, while Carmel is at 9-10-1. The Lions, led by head coach Tim Benz, and our own Dylan Ward is down on the ice with Coach Benz.
Thanks so much, Tyler. Tim, coming into this game, you guys are 7-1-1 in your last 9, just one regulation loss, and one of the most important stretches of the season before the playoffs. What's been the secret to your team's success lately?
Consistency. We're looking for consistency across all 4 of our lines. I think that's one of our strengths this year is our depth. You know, we have some seniors who are playing on our 3rd and 4th lines and the big, strong bodies. And if we have them going night in and night out, we compete with anybody.
Now looking over to the other side of the ice, Carmel Catholic is a very top-heavy team. Nolan Harubin and Bryce Stenstrud both coming into this game with 8-game point streaks. What's your game plan for shutting those guys down?
Yeah, both are obviously very good players and very talented, and we know that coming in. So we have some guys who are tasked with shutting them down, both offensively and defensively. So when you see those guys on the ice, we'll be looking for some hopefully favorable line matches to do the job and, you know, keep those guys off the score sheet.
Thanks so much, Coach. Tyler, back up to you.
From the puck drop, let's take a look at today's starting goaltenders, brought to you by Schmidt Goaltending. In net for St. Viator, it is Dominic Grimaldi, a bit of a surprise in net today for the Lions after Michael Mazzaro was the expected starter, but had a bit of a skate malfunction just moments before today's game, and the pro shop here at Glacier Ice Arena is closed, so he was unable to get that one fixed up in time for puck drop. Meanwhile, on the other side for Carmel, Dylan Lloyd between the pipes. He right now is allowing 3.4 goals allowed per contest, rocking an .878 save percentage as well, while Grimaldi just making his 9th start of the season. He's allowed 2.2 goals per contest and saving about 90% of his shots. We are just moments away from puck drop here. Tyler Aki and Dylan Ward. St. Viator on the season, 25-23-1, including an 11-7-3 mark in the SHL. That's good for 5th in the league. Meanwhile, on the other side, Carmel, 22-21-1 with a 9-10-1 mark, trying to get back to 500 in the SHL. They currently sit 8th in the league. Dylan, as you check in with us here from above ringside, what are you looking for in this matchup between these two teams?
Well, I was just talking to Coach Benz about it, right? Carmel Catholic, I wouldn't be surprised if Nolan Harubin and Bryce Stenstrud both put a goal home tonight, maybe even 2. They seem to score every time I see the Corsairs out on the ice, so I'm expecting a big game from their stars, but also St. Viator looks to stay hot and keep that record rolling. And
certainly makes a difference when you do have that brief change in net for today, when you send Grimaldi out there after the expected starter, Michael Mazzaro, who was supposed to get the start tonight. And you're already talking about a St. Viator team that's without their original starter, Brian Beal, who's done for the year.
Yeah, and Mazzaro has been their #1 goaltender ever since Beal had that season-ending injury. He is 6-5-2 on the year. I know you talked a little bit about his stats before I made my way back up to the broadcast booth, but I mean, Dominic Grimaldi with the worst goalie stats, the 2.23 goals against average and the sub-900 save percentage, has the better record, 5-2-1, so we will see.
Sometimes the numbers don't make sense, and that is why they play the game. We're just moments away from puck drop here, 17 minutes on the clock. It is St. Viator in the white, red, and blue, while the Corsairs in the mustard, yellow, and brown, as we are set for the opening face-off.
Looking forward to a great game here at Glacier Ice Arena. This is where I did my first SHL Game of the Week this season. I was doing a solo broadcast with Carmel and Barrington. That was a 1-0 final.
And we are underway here in Vernon Hills. Puck controlled by Carmel out of the break. And the Corsairs will hold up and set things up offensively. Taken to the ground, and it's quickly given into the sticks of St. Viator. Into the corner, a shuffle for it. Some sloppy offensive execution right out of the gate here. Each of these teams finding their way here in the opening seconds of this matchup. A look in front. taken away and sent the length of the ice. Nice work that time by Kyler Gornick. We want to thank our great sponsors here on the SHL Network: CCTY Bearing, Christopher Burke Engineering, Stormy's Tavern and Grill, Glassa, the Great Lakes Adaptive Sports Association, York Hockey, Loyola Hockey, Wintrust Bank, Lake Forest Bank and Trust, a Wintrust Community Bank, Kramer Construction, and Schmidt Goaltending. Face-off controlled by St. Viator, nearly turned over, and the Lions hold on. Into the corner, fight for the puck, flipped up. This one will hang in play. Held in by Kneeling, but an offsides whistle. And we'll get a face-off here.
Yeah, just a couple of stoppages of play in the first minute of this contest. It's been a quick pace game out on the ice, but already those two fast whistles.
48 seconds off the clock here in the opening period. It looked like there was a little bit of a equipment malfunction. A loose pad that was taken off the ice. Face-off won by St. Viator, but quickly turned over. Flipped in front. Looking for a centering pass, but nobody home there. And it's taken away by the Corsairs. Hirabin brings it up the ice, and it's taken back the other way. Back and forth they go here. Neither team getting any sort of offensive flow through the first minute and a half.
Yeah, you saw Nolan Harubin rush up the left wing right there, number 8 in gold, or mustard as you called it. Doesn't lose the puck a lot when he has no defenders on him.
Back behind the net. Controlled and kicked up ahead. Here's Harubin. He can be dangerous in space. Harubin, he puts a shot off. Nice save that time. And it's held back in by Carmel. First shot of the game for the Corsairs. And it's an early test in net for Dylan Lloyd, who passes. Sykes whips one around. Lions controlling. Harrop launches one up ahead. Nobody there, and Grimaldi will freeze it.
Yeah, just a little bit more than 2 minutes into the game. Grimaldi just decides to freeze it, opt for a defensive zone faceoff. So far, though, Carmel has won all 3 faceoffs here to start the first period. So if they get possession of this puck, now you see Stenstrud getting ready to take the faceoff on a line with Eberhardt and Dankelson. It could be dangerous for Carmel. Viator's got to watch out.
Grimaldi getting a new stick as well in net. Face-off. Controlled back by Carmel. Bad turnover here. This could be something for St. Viator. A loft in front, and it's scooped up in net by Dylan Lloyd.
Yeah, that's Connor Jones out there for the Viator Lions. He's one of the dual-rostered players, plays half his time on the JV squad, half his time up here on Varsity. Gets the nod from Coach Benz here in the SHL Game of the Week and gets St. Viator's first shot on net.
14:39 to go, first period. No score here between Carmel and St. Viator. Face-off controlled by the Lions. Whipped around behind the net. Couldn't be held in. Race for the puck. It's won by the Lions. Quickly taken back, though, by Carmel. No real offensive flow here through the first 3 minutes. Just the one shot that we've seen so far on goal, and it came from Carmel. Lions looking to make one little change here. Here, now they've got a 3-on-2. Here's the rush. Look in front, pass in front, and they couldn't execute it. They were looking that time for Kerry Eberhardt in front of the net, but he couldn't get a stick on it.
That was Stenstrud with the pass. It just goes to show you how great of a player he is. I mean, to get that pass around the defenseman, we'll take a look at that replay shortly.
Eberhardt also returning from an injury. Just a step slow, couldn't get that stick down. Otherwise would have had a wide open half net to work with.
You said it, Kerry Eberhardt hasn't played since before Christmas, so he's missed about a month and a half, but his first game back tonight.
Wrap around look in front. Taken away. Here's O'Neal with it. Pacing the other way for St. Viator. Works past one defender. Drops off another pass. Held in by the Lions. Look in front. Makes its way through. Another chance for O'Neal. He's wrapped up and it's taken the other way. Another turnover for this St. Viator squad. Race for it. Won by Heberin. Race for the puck into the boards. Picked up by Carmel. Heberin dropped that one off. Look in front. Just wide. That one coming out of the stick of Patrick Neary. Couldn't get that one to fall, and it'll go out of play, and we'll get a face-off.
Let's take a look at that Bryce Stenstrud pass. He was trying to set up Carey Eberhardt in his first game back. Look at him just skate with so much speed, get around that one defender who had to fall down to the ice in order to attempt to block the shot. He didn't even get a piece of it, but I don't know if you blame Stenstrud or Eberhardt for that non-connection, but the pass just a little bit off and an open net chance completely wasted.
Neary sent off. Wright will replace him on the face-off. Controlled easily by Carmel. They've got a 2-on-2 and quickly poked away. Good defense that time by Carson Hart. And we'll get another whistle here. And what do we have? An offside?
Yeah, it looks to be offsides. Carmel Catholic so far leading the face-off department 5-1 at the dot. And that is really key for a team with so much speed. And, you know, once Carmel gets possession, you really ought to be scared of them because they have such fast skaters out on the ice, and as soon as they get possession, they can really undress your entire team.
Leaf and Marinik on the face-off there. You know, it's interesting you bring that up, too, because even though Carmel has controlled a lot of the face-off as that shot is deflected wide, another look in front, and it's taken away by the Lions. The Corsairs have not dominated the time of possession with the puck, despite the fact that they have the hefty advantage on the face-off control. 11:35 to go, first period, scoreless here from Glacier Ice Arena in Vernon Hills, the SHL Game of the Week. Tyler Aki and Dylan Ward with you on YouTube Live as we get a whistle and another offsides.
I like the way St. Viator has been skating in the attacking zone, especially that one Neary chance that just missed the net wide. He was looking to punch one home. For a guy like Patrick Neary, he leads the team in assists with 14 and has with 11 assists, 14 points in total, but he definitely knows how to score them too.
Another face-off win for Carmel, this time in their offensive end, working with it. And it's quickly turned over the other way. Lions looking for a loose puck here. Tapped out in front, held back in by one of the captains for Carmel in Leon Swikowski. Carmel trying to hold possession, and it eventually freezes into the hands of Grimaldi.
Well, that right there is Carmel's second shot on goal of this game, just over 6 minutes in. They've had a little bit of trouble hitting the net lately. They've been held to under 8 shots on goal in 12 of the last 13 periods played. Of course, that is counting an overtime period as well in that marker, but I mean, they need to be hitting the net more if they want to score, and especially with those stars that they have on the team, you can't just rely on them. It's not like basketball where one star can carry a team all the way through the playoffs and win a championship. You got to have a lot of depth in hockey.
O'Neal gets by one defender, can't get by the second. Held back in, kneeling, tracing down the puck. Picked up by his teammate Harrier. And St. Viator will move the other way, but not before a turnover. Here's Eberhardt, the one to come away with it, and O'Neal regains possession in the neutral zone and dumps it down. "10 minutes to play here, period number 1. No score between Carmel and St. Viator. Race for the puck along the boards. Finally picked up and launched the length of the ice. Race for the puck. O'Neill, a tap in front, and the net becomes dislodged as Hennigan tried to give it a whack, and he may be headed to the penalty box here. Let's see what's...
That's exactly what's going to take place. Hennigan absolutely drilled John Harrop into his own net. As we check out maybe a replay on the SHL network, but either way, he's going to be guilty of a penalty. Yeah, here it is right there. Just an absolutely blatant cross-check on P.J. Hennigan. So he's going to have a seat in the first power play of the contest is going to go to Carmel Catholic. 2 minutes for cross-checking the official call.
Just the third penalty on Hennigan this season. We'll see if Carmel can set the tone here. It's been a pretty lackluster offensive performance so far for both teams. Heberin lost the handle on that one, and it'll travel the length of the ice. Good early start here for St. Viator.
Well, the Carmel Catholic Corsairs have not been the most stunningly offensive team in the SHL so far, but at an 18% power play, that's third best in the entire league. So we'll see if they're able to get one home tonight. They've got 3 power play goals in their last 2 coming in.
Looking to capitalize on the extra man right here. 30 seconds already killed. Swakowski drops it down. Harabin has it poked away again. Held back in. Here's a look in front. Shot, no. Deflection out in front. Kept alive. Viator stays alive for the time being. One-timer, stop. Nice save in net that time for Grimaldi. Kyler Gornick was the one who had the beautiful look in front, but could not put it home. And a nice save that time for Dominic Grimaldi.
Wow. Gornick was looking for his second goal of the season. The defenseman was absolutely robbed by Grimaldi. There's the save. Just barely couldn't get it through his 5-hole. Remember that one if we don't see a better save. That might just be our Schmidt goaltending save of the game, although it's early.
Certainly an early contender here. Bryce Stensrud delivers it up. Tries to get in close. Left in front. Nearly cleared away. And we'll get a high sticking that time. Swakowski tried to keep that one in.
Yeah, Leon Swiatkowski has been their point man on the power play all season long. Let's take a look at that real quick. Make sure it was a high stick. As the puck comes out, looks like it just missed the camera, but either way, it was a high stick as indicated by the St. Viator bench who was right there and the referee, as now Swiatkowski heads to the box, maybe for unsportsmanlike conduct, arguing that call, and yes, that will be. So we're going to have 4-on-4 and the Carmel Catholic power play nullified.
37 seconds of the 4-on-4 here. And yes, Swiatkowski did not like that call. 9th penalty of the season for him. Another face-off, initially won by Carmel, but it's held in by St. Viator. Let's see if the Lions can get anything going offensively here.
Well, I think the Lions forgot they weren't killing a penalty anymore because they just iced that one down. Definitely did not have to, but that's what it ended up being. So we're going to have an offensive zone face-off now for Carmel with just 27 seconds left in the 4-on-4 play before Viator gets the man advantage.
Carmel doubling up St. Viator in the face-off department, 8-4 right now. An important one here with just 27 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. Held in by the Corsairs. Couldn't get it to Sykes, and here come the Lions the other way. Shot, save made by Lloyd.
Well, there's St. Viator's second shot on goal. Carmel leads the shots on goal department 4-2. So this has been an extremely low offensive game, as you pointed out earlier on in the broadcast, and that holds true here even with more open ice on 4-on-4 play.
A little under 8 minutes to go here in this first period. Look in front. looking inside. Mueller couldn't get it home. Lloyd tried to stick it back to himself, but couldn't find the puck. Another look in front. Great save by Lloyd.
Wow, the goaltenders are putting on a clinic tonight. Gavin Wright just robbed of what would have been his 4th of the year, this time by Lloyd. Now both starting goalies have made some killer saves.
Point blank for Wright that time. Had it teed up for him, but could not put it home.
Yeah, and here's the replay of that stop right in front, and you could see the reaction from Gavin Wright, wondering how the heck he didn't just score that.
Viator comes away with the faceoff. They've got the power play advantage here for the next minute 15. Poked away. Good defensive work that time. Stensrud sends it down, and it's a lengthy kill that time.
How about this? After Carmel started the game 9-3 at the dot, 4 in a row for the Viator Lions.
Into the glove of Lloyd. Shot that time coming from Reedon Mueller. He couldn't get it past Lloyd, who's had to make a couple of saves during this power play opportunity. And it keeps our game at 0-0.
Just as I was talking about the shots on goal, they're starting to pick up now 4-4 as we continue along.
Face-off won by the Lions. 50 seconds left. Deflection in front, nothing there. Another look in front, poked away. Carmel has control of it. They've got a 2-on-2 if they want it. Hiraban, look in front. Knocked to the ice that time as Stensrud couldn't find the footing. Harabin getting a little physical here in the final 30 seconds of this power play for St. Viator. Absolutely dominated by Carmel. Look in front. Nice save by Lloyd again. $15 seconds to go.
That was
Viator, one last rush here. Now 5 seconds left, and Carmel in control of it, and they'll come away with the kill. Good defensive work that time by Carmel. A couple of shots, but really felt like the Corsairs were in control defensively of that entire penalty kill.
Yeah, that was a pretty solid PK by the gold jerseys out there.
Here's a look in front, and down goes Grimaldi. A little slow to get up as he came way out of his crease to try to make that save. Little bit of a collision. Referees checking on Grimaldi, and remember, this is important here because Mazzaro has a broken skate. Beal is out for the season.
Yeah, you bring up a good point there, Tyler, but it does look like Dominic Grimaldi will stay in the game. 5 for 5 so far here with 6:05 to go in the first.
Little shaken up, but he'll remain. Face-off taken away. Won by Viator. It goes the length of the ice. Held in by Hart. He'll try one. Look in front. Deflection goes just wide that time. Controlled around the net by Carmel. And they'll lead the rush the other way. Quickly up ahead go the Corsairs. Jack Wren leading the charge. And this one will float the length of the ice. And it'll go down for an icing. We want to thank our great sponsors here on the SHL Network: CCTY Bearing, Christopher Burke Engineering, Stormy's Tavern and Grill, Glassa, the Great Lakes Adaptive Sports Association, York Hockey, Loyola Hockey, Wintrust Bank, Lake Forest Bank and Trust, a Wintrust Community Bank, Kramer Construction, and Schmidt Goaltending. 5:28 to go. Offensive zone faceoff for Carmel. And it's won by St. Viator. They'll head the other way. Mueller, he's got a beat on it. Mueller's shot goes just a bit wide. Looked like Lloyd got a piece of it with his stick. And that'll keep us deadlocked at 0. Carmel a chance in front. Trying to hold it in, can't do so. Another look the other way, right with the 2-on-2. He leads him, pops it up in front. Nobody there on the rebound. Lloyd, another save in front, knocked it off his chest, and the Corsairs get it clear the other way.
Man, Lloyd just got bailed out by the hockey gods there.
The benefit of no rebound is that shot is triggered just wide. Monroe, he'll try his luck. Can't get a deflection that time to put it through. Monroe again, another one. Look in front. Nobody there again. Poked over the stick, and it'll head into the neutral zone. Corsairs couldn't hold it in. And a whistle and freeze that time. Let's take a look at one of the recent opportunities that Carmel just had.
Yeah, that right there is Evan Jensen. He found the puck point blank after an errant St. Viator pass and had a one-on-one opportunity with Grimaldi. Here it is again. Man, that shot goes just wide. He doesn't even hit the net. Evan Jensen wishing he had another chance at that.
4:15 to go here. Period number 1, no score. Picked up ahead. Through the legs and gathered in by St. Viator. Carmel trying to hold in an offensive possession, but can't do so. Heading the other way this time. Look in front, sent wide. And this puck goes into the netting, out of play, and we'll get a face-off.
One thing I've noticed from this Stenstrud line so far, Dankelson and Eberhardt on the left and right wing respectively, is that they've been great at passing the puck, moving it around everywhere but their attacking zone. As soon as they step over the blue line, it seems like suddenly St. Viator has the easiest time in the world stealing that puck away and bringing it down the other direction. So they're going to need to simulate some of the passes they've been making and neutralizing their defensive end in the attacking zone. And with a guy like Stenstrud on that line, it's only a matter of time after that.
Neutral zone face-off, won by Viator. Nutley's shot goes straight into the stomach of Lloyd. 8th shot on goal so far. 8 saves for Lloyd.
Now the face-offs, Tyler, starting to even out a little bit. Now it's Carmel Catholic's 9 to the St. Viator Lions 8. So Viator's been on a nice face-off winning streak as they take another one.
Mueller can't get that pass through. Kneeling sends it back to Mueller. Look in front. Taken away, Hirabin. And he'll set up the Corsairs the other way. Long pass leads to a Viator turnover, and it short hops into the glove. Lloyd maybe thought about letting his defense play through that time, but he'll get the whistle with 3:26 to go here in the first. Still no score.
A rare turnover right there by Nolan Harubin. Went tape to tape with the pass, but to the white jerseys instead of the gold jerseys. Now he's having a conversation with the referee about something. I think he wants the face-off to be closer to his team's attacking end, but he's not going to win that.
Another face-off win for St. Viator. They have really taken in control, like you said, Dylan, and it's led to a little bit more offensive flow for them. Currently leading the shots on goal department, but still nothing on the board for either team. 8-6 the advantage right now for Viator. Pass cut off that time. Nice defensive work that time by Carmel. Sykes was the one to get his stick on that one. Under 3 to play here, first period. Viator skips it up ahead the other way. Here's Nutley, his shot off the wrist and into the net, out of play. Lloyd being put to work early and often here. Remember, even though there was a disparity in the faceoff department to open up this contest, it was actually St. Viator who was controlling time of possession despite the fact that they were not getting the bulk of the opportunities off of the faceoffs.
Sport of hockey is probably the most random of them all, Tyler.
A ricochet up ahead, and it'll go down for an icing.
Not a lot of great scoring opportunities. They've been getting the shots on goal that they've been needing after sort of a shot on goal drought early in this game, but most of the shots that they've been taking are pretty easy saves for the goaltenders to make. I mean, there's been that standout save by the goalie in each blue paint side of the ice, but nothing to write home about in the long term of the game.
Puck flipped up in the air. Rolling and finally settled in. Here comes Stensrud the other way, trying to weave through some traffic. Can't get anything to follow through. Wrapped back out ahead. Hoffman was sent to the ice that time. Officials say play on. Now 2 minutes to go here in the first. Stensrud gets the turnover. His shot goes a bit high. Gathered back in by Carmel. Huffman sends it the other way. Ricochet in front. Grimaldi gets back to his crease. And St. Viator survives another scare. Fight for the puck in the neutral zone. Taylor taps it out in front, and it's gathered back in by Carmel. Flip the ice. Leaf plays the angle. Here's a charge the other way with 70 seconds left. St. Viator trying to get together one last offensive possession here. Mueller flips the puck. A look in front off the stick of Lloyd. Another shot. This one's good. Mueller puts it home off the rebound. And St. Viator, with 57 ticks left on the first period clock, finally finds the back of the nets.
Double-digit goals for the captain. Reed Mueller gets number 10 right here. One of the easier goals he's scored all season. Was in a perfect spot to find that puck as you see St. Viator work with it behind the cage. And yeah, Tyler, as you pointed out, that first pass hit the stick of Dylan Lloyd, who put his stick in a perfect position, but then it was sitting right there for the pass across to Mueller, and it's 1-0 Viator.
Carmel was hoping to get out of that period, take a tie. But there was Mueller to put one home finally on the 10th Viator shot of this first period. And maybe looking for more here with 45 seconds to go. Kneeling, he'll give it a look in front. Puck tangled up at the feet. Kneeling again. Wraps it around, looking for right. This one will head the other way. Stensrud leading the charge, beats one defender without a stick. Another look in front, and Carmel nearly had a chance to try to get an equalizer before the first period horn. But here's the goal scorer, Mueller again. He feeds to right, a look in front, scooped up by Lloyd.
Well, Tyler, give an assist to Gavin Wright and Patrick Neary on the goal, as the referee has just called a penalty on Neary. So after he gets the secondary apple, he's going to have a seat for 2 minutes. We'll see what the official call is in a moment, as I didn't notice a penalty on the ice during play action. Did you?
I did not. Maybe an unsportsmanlike thing or something in the defensive zone. But with 13 seconds left, Neary heads to the penalty box. A tripping penalty is the confirmed call. So Carmel now with 13 seconds and an offensive zone face-off will at least have some time to open up the second period, as Hirabin tries to get a shot off, had it knocked down. 1 second left, and nothing comes of it. So with 57 seconds left, it was a goal for Mueller that has us at a 1-0 lead in favor of the visitors. St. Viator on top after 17 minutes. Second period coming up in just a little bit. You're watching the SHL Network on YouTube Live. Welcome back to Glacier Ice Arena. 17 minutes in the books, and it is St. Viator with the 1-goal lead after the Reeden-Mueller goal with 57 seconds left to close out the first period. Tyler Rocky, Dylan Ward with you on the SHL Game of the Week as we get set to start period number 2. 10 shots on goal that time for St. Viator, and it was finally that 10th one that found the back of the net.
Yeah, well, for Carmel, they only have 7 shots on goal, but how about this against Nutria Green and the Stevenson Patriots, their 2 most recent games? They have 6 goals on only 24 shots. Absolutely remarkable. So they're shooting at 25% in their last 2, so it's only a matter of time, and that's against all-star goalies as well in this league. So we'll see if they have anything to say about that here in the second.
Harabin turns it over. It's a break the other way, but poked ahead. Nice defensive work that time on the back end by Switkowski. Stensrud leads the charge the other way, whacked the length of the ice. 60 seconds left on the power play, bleeding over from the end of that first period. It's Neary in the box right now. Carmel trying to control. Another turnover. This is something that we saw happen with St. Viator when they were on the power play last period. A lot of turnovers that really didn't lead to any good opportunities for the Lions to capitalize. And now we're seeing much of the same from Carmel. Switkowski crosses the ice. Back to Switkowski. A look in front. Nobody home on a rebound. Caught a piece of the glove of Grimaldi. Harabin. That one goes off a skate. Carmel can't hold it in. They'll have to reset with 10 seconds. Maybe one last charge here for the Corsairs, but they got to move quickly. Harabin tried to leave one off. 3 seconds to go. Gornick, his shot into the glove of Grimaldi, and the penalty successfully killed by St. Viator.
Well, that shot on target came a second after Neary exited the box, so no shots on goal at all for the Corsairs on that power play. Third best power play in the state in Carmel, and the second, or excuse me, in the Scholastic Hockey League, second best penalty kill in the Scholastic Hockey League for the St. Viator Lions. So watch out for more Carmel power plays. That's going to be a great matchup on special teams all night long.
Harrer wins the faceoff against Leaf. And Viator will push things the other way with Hennigan. 2 minutes gone here in this second period. Right towards the end of the first period horn, we got a Mueller goal. And that's the difference right now on the board. Viator tracking behind the cage. Left up ahead the other way. Lions trying to get out to a 2-goal advantage here. Here's a look. Hennigan tried to slide one. Couldn't get it past Lloyd. O'Neill had it poked away. Gathered back in. Angled off the boards. Hennigan tried to put it in front for O'Neill, who couldn't put it home. Another look, and this one's good. Wilson from the blue line. A deflection in front by Hennigan. And the Lions with the 2-goal lead here with 14:03 to go in the second.
Oh, wow. What a deflection by Hennigan. At the high school level, you don't see as many goals as you do in the NHL scored in that fashion, but he was parked right in front of the net. And you said it, there's Wilson with the puck at the high slot. Hennigan didn't even know he scored. Watch the delayed reaction by Hennigan after he realized that went in. Oh, wow.
He looked like he was looking for the puck, and the only place it was the back of the net to give the Lions a 2-goal lead here. 14 minutes to play. It's goals from Hennigan and Mueller, both of which have come in the last 4 minutes.
That's his 5th on the season for P.J. Hennigan. 6-point overall. And give an assist to Sean Wilson, of course. No secondary assists given by the referees.
Another offensive zone draw here. It'll be Hoffman and Stensrud. Poked around behind the net. Carmel's got to get something going offensively if they want to get back into this game. There have not been a lot of opportunities for this team in quite some time, as Wilson chucks one and it's deflected up into the netting. And we'll get a face-off here.
There's another Wilson shot from the point, deflected, right? But this time by a Carmel stick. And to the Corsairs' favor, out of play. But they are going to be forced to take a defensive zone face-off in their own zone.
It's been a while since we've seen a real good opportunity for Carmel. Swikowski controlling in his defensive zone. Puck angled and kept alive by Carmel. Here come the Corsairs the other way. Eberhardt, who had one of the really good-looking opportunities, but couldn't get his stick on it earlier, in control. Here's a shot. That one too tall and into the glove of Grimaldi. Out of the stick of Andrew Munro that time.
Monroe's got a great shot from the blue line, Tyler. This is actually the 8th time I've witnessed the Carmel Catholic Corsairs play this season, and it seems like Andrew Monroe is always firing wristers from the blue line, and I see a lot of them go in for number 81 in gold. Still looking for his first goal in SHL play, though. Has a couple in the CCHL.
This one will travel the length of the ice for icing. Let's take a moment to say thank you to our great sponsors: CCTY Bearing, Christopher Burke Engineering, Stormy's Tavern and Grill, Glassa, the Great Lakes Adaptive Sports Association, York Hockey, Loyola Hockey, Wintrust, Lake Forest Bank and Trust, a Wintrust Community Bank, Kramer Construction, and Schmidt Goaltending. We thank you for your support of the SHL Network.
Got to say that Grimaldi save still looking like the Schmidt goaltending save of the game so far.
And you think of the impact that it has. That's the difference between Carmel being up a goal and maybe seizing momentum and control of this game. Referees hold their whistles there. A lot of physicality. Nutley behind the net. Tripped up from behind, and he'll get a whistle. A cross check this time.
Boy, the fans are not happy about that call. Tyler, you made that call before the official did. I mean, that was pretty blatant behind the Corsairs net. Andrew Monroe guilty of tripping. He will head to the box. Just as we were talking about number 81 gold, he now gets his 26th and 27th penalty minutes on the season. And we're going to get another look at the Viator power play. 0 for 1 so far with 1 shot on goal, but still a couple of decent passes across and some good possession time for the Lions when they had that advantage.
And that is not what you want if you're Coach Eberhardt and this Carmel team right now. Going on the penalty kill, albeit a successful first one that you had, but you did get a little bit of help as well with St. Viator also committing a dueling penalty at the time. That shortened it up to a 4-on-4 for about 40 seconds. Let's see if Viator can make it a 3-goal lead. Here's Mueller. Puts a shot in front. Another rebound left in front. Taken away. Nice job that time on the defense by Carmel. Kyle Gornick laying out to keep that one alive and clear at the length of the ice.
By the way, if you're scoring at home, that's a cross-check on Monroe, not a trip. So the official word is the CC for the CC penalty kill.
Physical battle behind the net. Left out in front. Here's Mueller looking for his second. Can't get it to go on that one-timer. Another good-looking shot that time on this St. Viator penalty. Another look in front. Great save. Dylan Lloyd there to scoop it up in front. And he robbed Patrick Neary of a goal that time.
Yeah, Neary and O'Neill connecting on that play. The guys with the first and second most points on the year. By the way, that shot taken from the blue line I believe it was kneeling, or was it? Either way, it was that slap shot from the blue line with no traffic in front. Maybe one of the fastest shots I have ever seen in this league. That was an absolute one-time haymaker. Too bad that Lloyd made the save.
And you know it was fast because I'm pretty sure you have watched more SHL hockey than most.
Oh, yeah. I've probably seen about 30 to 40 games in this league so far this season.
An encyclopedia of knowledge. Here's a shot that's left in front. Goal dislodges, and we'll get a face-off out of it. Switkowski readjusts it onto its post.
First time the net's come off of its post tonight. Seems like at this rate in the SHL, speaking of the league, we've seen that 2 to 3 times per game this season. So the first one comes behind the net of Dylan Lloyd. So here comes a D-zone draw for Carmel.
28 seconds left to go on the power play. 10:40 to go in the game. Harabin tried to poke one through the other way. 3-on-2 if they want it for Viator. Whipped around. Kept alive by Kneeling. Here's a chance, and it's swooped up. Neary's shot attempt, and Lloyd was there to scoop it up.
Patrick Neary has had a plethora of good shots on target. He's probably got 3 or 4 SOGs in this game, and they've all been from pretty good looks. He's just not able to find a way past Dylan Lloyd except for his very first goal in this game to open up the scoring.
Carmel will successfully kill that penalty, their second kill of the night. Big collision near the blue line. All clean, though, say the officials, and they'll play on. Another hit delivered by Carmel. And a delayed whistle that time. And there's a hit after the whistle, and that's not going to sit well with Carmel.
Yeah, these guys are not done just because the whistle had sounded.
Well, I think the problem there was that the whistle came in late. And the call is offsides on the ice. But the late whistle by the far side official was why that play, you could see he was kind of reaching for his whistle, could not get it to his mouth to make the whistle.
Now there are those two guys, Stenstrud and Harubin, as well as Gornick and Wren getting in there for a talk with the officials. Looks like they worked something out okay. Now Carmel's got about too many skaters out on the ice.
That was a situation
as well.
That was very quickly diffused by the officiating crew. That could have gotten real ugly real quick with the hit after the whistle.
Now it looks like Charlie Hoffman's going to have a seat after the fact. So out of all that, it looks like the Corsairs were able to win their case and get a power play out of this.
So that could set up a very pivotal moment here. We'll see what the penalty on the ice is. Still no, I don't think we ever got an official signal.
Looks like it just popped up as we wait for the call to load, and it is roughing on Charlie Hoffman.
So a 2-minute power play coming up here for Carmel. Already in the hole, 2 goals here with 9:58 to go in the second period.
And this is the matchup I was talking about just earlier in this period, Tyler. The Carmel power play against the St. Viator penalty kill, both of those are top 3 in the SHL. Something's got to give.
Stensrud wins that face-off draw. That one nearly grabbed it into the corner off the stick of Stensrud. Switkowski, his shot is way too high and into the netting, out of play. We'll get a face-off.
You know, Stenstrud and Harubin have been a little bit more quiet than they usually are in this game than they are on any other given night. But that toe drag by number 61 gold, Bryce Stenstrud, man, he just missed that top left corner. That would have been an absolute beauty here with the cameras rolling.
Fight for it in the corner. Finally pulled out by Carmel. Corsairs setting up Switkowski, and we'll get a whistle.
Yeah, it's going to be a penalty.
Viator player went to the ice, and it looks like we'll have a 4-on-4 inbound.
Same thing as what happened earlier. Guilty is going to be Kyler Gornick as he heads to the box. The penalty took place away from the puck. It happened in the far side corner of the Viator zone as we wait for the official wording to come in. And there's the play. You could see, I believe that they're going to give him interference on the play. You could see actually both referees, the one right there and the trailing official, decided to call that a penalty.
So 4-on-4 hockey here for 1:20. And it looks like we may have actually had another penalty for St. Viator as well.
You're right. So maybe coincidental minors. It's still 5-on-4.
And now we'll get another one. As Stensrud was sent to the ice that time. So 5-on-3 coming up here for 57 seconds for Carmel.
Not very much social distancing happening in the St. Viator penalty box at this moment. Carmel Catholic, with that dominant of a power play, is now going to have 5-on-3. Harubin and Stensrud out there. Same with Swiatkowski, Dankelson, and Jack Wren. This is going to be absolutely lethal. The St. Viator penalty kill, which has been great so far this season, but for a majority of 5-on-4 situations, is going to have to really step up.
And if you don't come away with this one for Carmel, you're going to be feeling pretty demoralized. A great chance to slice the lead in half as they win the face-off draw. Switkowski holds. Harabin. Now Stensrud will try his off the crossbar and into the netting, off the ceiling, out of play. Stensrud has come really close on a couple of corners, and that time it caught a pipe.
Wow, you could hear the ding from up here, and I have headphones on, wondering if you heard that at home. Yeah, that right circle shot. You can see Grimaldi just get ready for it in net. Fortunately, he is not forced to make a save, but wow, Stensrud, that guy knows how to shoot a hockey puck.
Horror wins that face-off draw for St. Viator. Held in, though, by Carmel. They'll cycle it around. 35 seconds on the 5-on-3. Stensrud angling, gets a nice lane down the center, but sends it too high. Gets his own miss. Now Harabin's turn to make something happen. Stensrud, cross ice, look in front, great save by Grimaldi. He went post to post to make that one and sets down a very good scoring opportunity for Carmel.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice save and a pretty underrated save, if you ask me. The puck just hit the lion on the center of his white jersey, but the awareness to come across in time to make that stop, I thought Swiatkowski had a wide open net.
Now Stensrud with a chance, knocked down by a teammate, look in front, second opportunity taken away. 5 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. Maybe one more opportunity here for Carmel. Harabin, look in front, deflected and sent awry, and one skater returns for Viator. 5-on-4 now for 50 seconds. Taken away. Held back in then by Danielson. And it'll travel the length of the ice. First time we've seen the puck on the other end during this penalty. Stensrud steps on the gas. Stensrud angling, catches the side of the net that time, gets his own rebound. Wrapped around up to Harabin. He'll cross the ice to Switkowski. Stensrud's another chance. That one tipped a bit high, and the net dislodges with 6 seconds to go on the power play.
Tyler, during the duration of this 5-on-3 and power play overall for Carmel, that was Stensrud's third point-blank chance. One of them hit the post. One of them missed the net completely. And that time he was not able to put it home either. He is just kind of snake bit tonight as he is looking and hoping to extend his 9-game point streak to 10.
2 seconds left, and the penalty killed off. A 5-on-3 chance squandered for Carmel, and you got to wonder where their headspace is right now after they had a chance, and a couple of them at that, to chop this lead in half.
And now the power play 0 for 4 on the night for the Gold Sweaters.
Six and a half minutes to go here in the second period. An early goal from Patrick Neary makes this a 2-0 contest as that one pops off the top of the net. And it's controlled. Here's Mueller. He scored the game's first goal. Mueller weaves past one defender, tries to slide one through. Can't get it to go, and it's picked up the other way. Here comes Carmel. Mosley weaving through traffic, met by a double. Takes a little bit of physicality, knocked to the ice, and here comes Viator the other way. It's Mueller again. And he sends a guy to the ice. And we'll get a whistle, and it looks like we've got a, do we have a penalty? Or
I believe
a hand pass, it looks like, is the call from our official with 5:46 to go in the second.
Here's that chance earlier. That's an unbelievable save by Grimaldi. And then you can see the puck deflect off of his glove and then the top of the crossbar. How did that not go in for Carmel? They were absolutely killing it out there with their two-man advantage, but unable to get one past their goaltender. Grimaldi, who's posting a shutout so far, their number 2 man, is playing well.
Off a deflection. Do we have a goal? No
Viator
signal yet
bench,
from the official.
Thought so.
The Viator bench was certainly acting like it. Lloyd currently seated in front.
Well, unfortunately, no coach's challenge in the SHL. You know, here at the SHL network, we don't really have the camera angles to make a conclusive call either, but Magic Max at the helm for the technical engineer position has given his opinion as no goal. So I believe that is how it's going to stay. I don't think you can call a goal after all this.
Tim Benz getting an explanation from the officials. Then we'll have another face-off offensive zone opportunity for Viator. Controlled by the Lions. Feet in front. Knocked away by Carmel. Here's Rose, and they couldn't keep him on side. Looked like it was Switkowski that was a beat ahead of everyone else.
Deacon Rose, number 92 in gold. One of the bigger guys on the Carmel team. It's hard to believe that he is the only regular freshman in the SHL out of all 10 teams. The only one that skates in every game and hasn't just been called up for a few. Deacon Rose, in his first season as a Corsair, jumped straight to varsity. So they've got a star in the making in number 2 gold.
Stensrud loses the faceoff that time to Harrer. O'Neal, a little bit of a poke that time. Here's Harabin. He was looking for Stensrud. He was knocked down at the point of attack.
Now you can see P.J. Eberhardt going with Stensrud and Harubin on the same line to try and generate a little bit of magic from them.
O'Neal spun out of his skates that time. .445 to go here in the second. 2-goal lead for St. Viator. Fight for the puck. Finally yanked out of there by Stensrud and the Carmel Corsairs. Here's a look. Eberhardt, 2-on-1. Eberhardt takes it himself, and it's too tall. Harabin gathers into the corner. He's met by Hart and Harrer. Eberhardt finds Gornick. Gets control. Was looking back for Gornick, but it looked like he stopped on his cut. Now 4 to play here in the second. Harabin. He'll try one. Kick save made by Grimaldi.
Nice awareness by Dominic Grimaldi to get his right toe on that shot by Harubin, who shakes his head and skates to the bench after that.
And it looks like Grimaldi a little shaken up after making that save. And we said it earlier, don't forget, Grimaldi, the only goaltender on this roster right now without a uniform equipment malfunction or an injury. Looks like he'll hang in the game, though.
That's the second time he's gone down, too, so we'll follow that story as it develops here on the rink.
Face-off controlled. Mosley tried to put one, but couldn't get it on net. Poked away. Crossed up ahead to Sykes. Carmel settling in. Mosley lost control of it. Kneeling, spinning past Sykes, can't get by him. And Viator will slow down the tempo here. Turnover in the neutral zone. And it's dumped down, and the Lions will get a change in. 3 minutes to go here, second period, 2-goal lead for the Lions. Looking for a third here as we have the final moments of this second period. Mueller wraps one around. Mosley spun out of his stick that time. Neary drops one up ahead. Another chance. That one knocked just wide by Lloyd. Shots on goal. Getting close to even here as Harabin leads ahead of the pack, doesn't get a whistle. This one will travel the length of the ice for an icing. We want to thank our great sponsors here on the SHL Network: CCTY Bearing, Christopher Burke Engineering, Stormy's Tavern and Grill, Glassa, the Great Lakes Adaptive Sports Association, York Hockey, Loyola Hockey, Wintrust Bank, Lake Forest Bank and Trust, a Wintrust Community Bank, Kramer Construction, and Schmidt Goaltending. We thank you for your support of the SHL Network. Puck controlled here by O'Neill. Turns on the Jets. His wraparound shot knocked down by Lloyd. Here comes Carmel the other way, angling up in front. Look in front, Heron just a step behind it. They'll head the other way. Here's Harrer. His shot,
Penalty
not knocked down, and did we get a penalty? It looks like we did.
Man, I just looked away at the wrong time. I did not see the official penalty call, but it's like Nicholas Leaf, guy that doesn't get very much ice time from his head coach, P.J. Eberhardt, is going to take a penalty. Oh, it's, you know what, as Gornick joins him in the box, it's actually going to be a 2 and a 10 on the play. So we're going to have to wait for our official wording as it comes into game sheet. Or maybe a double penalty, as there is now 2 penalties on the clock here at Glacier Ice Arena. And now for an entire 2 minutes, Tyler, St. Viator's going to get a two-man advantage of their own.
And that's a nice way here to close out this second period. So 122 of this second will be a 5-on-3 for Viator. A chance to maybe put this one away. Grimaldi gathers that one in, and they'll get another go of it here with 1:05 to go in the second. Viator, the 2-goal lead. Mueller and Neary, the tallies so far. Here's O'Neal trying to get on the score sheet, and that one into the stomach of Lloyd.
Well, Tommy O'Neal with 12 goals and 6 assists for a grand total of 18 points on the year is the leading point producer for the Lions. We've been talking about Harubin a lot, but O'Neal's also been a guy that's been shut down pretty well by the Corsairs. He hasn't had very many good looks. That right there probably his best.
55 seconds to go here. Face-off won by St. Viator. Minerick dumps one down low. Mueller. High side now. O'Neal. Here's a look in front. Back to Mueller. Patient here with 35 seconds left. Second opportunity, and that one goes into the netting out of play.
That was a really nice reception of the pass by Mueller, who was waiting on the near side corner. You know, usually at the high school level, when you see the passes come in that hot, more often than not, they're going to bounce right over the intended receiver's stick. But he grabbed that with a lot of calmness, a lot of swagger before trying to poke that one in at the goal line.
Kneeling. Sets one up, was looking right in front, tried to find Nutley, and he couldn't get a stick on it. Nutley has it again, another chance, and it's hauled in that time by Lloyd. 20 seconds to go here in the second period. Still 58 seconds on the 5-on-3 advantage.
Yeah, and if Viator does not score 2 goals, they're going to start the third period on the power play with a fresh sheet of ice, and that's going to be a 5-on-3 for an entire 40 or so seconds, 38 to be exact, but great opportunities for the Lions coming up.
Face-off controlled again by St. Viator. Another look, backhand shot, no good, and the net comes off its post with 11.2 to go here in the second. So a lot of stoppages here in the final moments of this second period.
Angelo Mazzaro, what a move. He puts it to his backhand, tries to beat Dylan Lloyd, but he came across, and there's time number 2 that the net has come off of its post. Again, behind the goaltender for the Corsairs, Lloyd. And now one of the Viator players is going to have a seat. Dylan Harrer is booked. So all of a sudden now it's a 4-on-3 for the last 11 seconds of this period. Next 50 seconds overall of skating time.
So a very dramatic way to close out this second period. Offensive zone face-off here for the shorthanded Corsairs. And it's won by Viator. Poked up ahead, went off the skate of O'Neal, and it'll travel all the way into the corner. And that's how this second period will end. So a minute 22 of 5-on-3 action comes up a little bit short here as we go to the third. St. Viator, a 2-goal lead here in Vernon Hills. We'll be back with the third period, which will start with a 4-on-3 when we come back. You're watching the SHL Network on YouTube Live. Welcome back to the SHL Game of the Week, where St. Viator leads Carmel 2-0 after 2 periods. A couple of Viator goals, one from Patrick Neary, another from Reeden Mueller. And that's got the Lions on top as we enter the third. We'll start with 38 seconds of 5-on-4. Then it'll be 70 seconds of a St. Viator power play. Now let's head down to the ice where Dylan Ward is with Carmel head coach P.J. Eberhardt.
Thanks so much, Tyler. Coach, 2-0 down after the first 2. St. Viator, when having the lead after the first 2 frames, has a 10-0-1 record in SHL play so far this season. What's it going to take from you and the boys if you want to initiate a comeback here?
Well, I'll tell you, I wasn't happy with our first 2 periods. We're flat. We're distracted. We need to simplify our game, get pucks deep, get them on net, and then we'll see what happens.
Dylan Lloyd so far in this game has made 22 saves on 24 shots. The 2 goals he's allowed, really, it's going to be hard for any goaltender to make that stop. What have you liked from your netminder so far in this game?
Well, he's really the only player that I've liked so far this game. We've really thrown an egg so far. Hopefully we can get going. But his game's been great.
All right, best of luck to you in the third.
Thank you.
All right, some stern words that time from P.J. Eberhardt as the 13th ranked team in the state, Carmel, looking to get back to 500 in the SHL, but it's going to be an uphill climb, 2 goals to be exact if they want to get back into things. 17 minutes on the third period clock, 38 seconds here to go on the 5-on-4 advantage for Carmel. They've got some work to do here if they want to get back into this one. Only 16 shots so far, 8 in each period. And as you heard Coach Eberhardt say, the effort really flat, especially on the offensive side. Haven't gotten a whole lot to go their way in cycling the puck and creating some opportunities. There were certainly some early on, especially when the Corsairs had a hefty advantage in the faceoff department, but that has since diminished and has flipped the way of St. Viator. Players back on the ice now. We are getting set to return to action here on the SHL Game of the Week. Tyler Aki and Dylan Ward with you here as we'll take you through the final 17. Mosley nearly comes away with that face-off, and it's O'Neal as the Viator 4-on-3 begins. Mosley looking to return the troops out there. A lot of spacing as Mosley can't gather that one in. That hot pass taken away. Here's a 2-on-1 chance looking in front. O'Neal never had a chance to see that one. Wilson flips one the other way. Back to Wilson. 5 seconds on the 4-on-3. Look in front. O'Neal drifted it just wide, and that's going to kill the 5-on-3 opportunity. Now the roles will reverse here. Carmel, 5-on-4 hockey for 1 more minute here.
How often do you see a team go from shorthanded to on the power play in 1 second?
Not often. We'll see if Carmel can take advantage here. If they can get an early stop, an early goal rather, I should say, that completely changes the tenor of this third period. They've got 35 seconds to do so if they want to do it with a man up. Pulling his way down that time. Stensrud can't get anything to go. Switkowski flips it back to Stensrud, wrapping his way around the net. Looking up in front, can't find it. Stensrud, another look, that one kicked aside. 10 seconds to go on the Carmel power play. Harabin, look in front, a kick. Another deflection made that time in front. Good work by Grimaldi. And the power play is killed, and Viator's going to get a change.
Out of the 5 power plays, Tyler, there's been in this game so far a combined 0 for 9 for both of these 2 teams. So special teams really not contributing that much. Here's that play right from earlier. What a spin around pass right there. Carmel, an amazing passing play right beside the net. As we rewind the tape here, Kyler Gornick it's taken down, or maybe goes down to one knee to try and make that scoring attempt, but he cannot.
15:02 to go. Very eventful first 2 minutes. The first 2 minutes of each of the first two periods, rather tame.
Yeah, these guys, after skating around with each other for 34, are getting ready for this final 17 after that word from their coaches in the locker room. Both these two teams want to win, and they want it bad.
Viator comes away with it for a moment. Finally gathered back in by Taylor. He sprints for the puck and peels off. Carmel gains offensive possession, but just for a moment before turning it over. One hopper right in front, and there is Lloyd to freeze it. Well, Lloyd, one of the players that Coach Eberhardt certainly was a fan of in that first two periods, I should say. Stopping 23 of the 25 shots that he faced. And he really has been a bright spot in net so far today for this Carmel team, despite the fact that his team's currently trailing.
Yeah, you know, I was just talking about it with PJ in my interview with him. Both the goals that Lloyd has allowed have been pretty hard ones to stop for any goaltender. That one-timer into an open net, and then the deflected shot as well.
Oh, look in front. Couple of taps, but nothing through. Good work in front that time by Lloyd, as well as a pack of Carmel defenders as well. Corsair is trying to make something happen here. Mosley can't catch up to the puck. Mosley cast that one down beneath the net. Here's O'Neal, 2-on-1 chance for Viator. O'Neal, his shot, save made by Lloyd. Tough angle that time for O'Neal. And Lloyd was there to make sure this remained a two-goal game.
Tyler, if I'm not mistaken, that's O'Neal's second time with the puck on a 2-on-1 rush, and second time he's elected to shoot at, and also second time it was saved. You got to imagine if Tommy O'Neal's going to have a 2-on-1 later on in this game, he's going to opt for a pass.
Kneeling, whips a pass inside. Neary, he's got the latest goal. That came early on in the second period. Now here's a chance the other way. Here comes Carmel. Flipped around. Looking for something in front. Can't connect on the pass. Looked like Huffman may have had an opportunity up high, but they elected not to pass to him.
Yeah, and Preston Graff, number 9 in gold, is actually the only skater on this ice surface in this game that doesn't have a point in this season so far, and that was a pretty nice-looking pass that he made. If that had only connected, he might have been getting ready for his first assist of the year.
Graff mishandles that pass, taken away by Hart. Stick save that time, second look in front, no good. Off the glass over on the side. Another chance. That one skips wide. A lot of chaos in front of the net, but nothing in the back of it. Nutley blew a tire that time. Held in for a moment by Viator, and it quickly skips up the other way. Looking for Harabin. Couldn't find anything. 11:55 to go here in the third. Here's a point-blank chance from Manerick that's too tall. Goes into the netting, and Manerick kicking himself that he couldn't put that one home.
Yeah, Manerick, nothing but net on that shot. Just not the net that he is looking to aim at. Hit the protective netting out of play as St. Viator, something that we haven't really talked about a lot on this broadcast, sort of under the radar, but in the SHL regular season, Carmel's a little bit further down there in the standings, but their record at home, 7-1 coming into this game. So they've only lost one game at this rink in Vernon Hills.
Dankelson's shot, stomached by Grimaldi that time. Certainly protecting your home ice, always an important factor and something that Carmel has done well so far this season, but playing themselves into the hole here. It's starting to get late in Vernon Hills.
This rink sees a lot of high school hockey, Tyler. Carmel Catholic not only participates in the SHL, but also the Chicago Catholic Hockey League, who, of course, our sister network over there on the CCHL network. Done a couple of Carmel games at this facility, just not in this league.
O'Neal wraps his way around. Hart thought about it for a second. Back to O'Neal, had it poked away. Hart couldn't hold it in, so he'll dump it down. "27 shots on goal for the visiting St. Viator Lions. Just 18 on target for Carmel. Goal from Mueller with about a minute left in the first, as well as one from Neary with 3 minutes in to the second. Hennigan was flipped around. Stick got lost that time by Carmel. O'Neal, and we'll get a whistle.
Maybe a penalty coming up. I didn't see the official's arm go up, but Lloyd was on his way to the bench when all of that was going on. So, yeah, there you go. Hennigan is going to head to the box for the second time tonight.
He was the one that got tied up with Gornick when Gornick's stick went flying, and that is likely what prompted the penalty.
So now Carmel going to go to the power play for, get ready for this, the 6th time tonight, unsuccessful in the prior 5. Interference, the official call, Tyler.
Stensrud wins the faceoff. Harabin crosses the ice. That time the shot too tall. Back with Harabin. Swiatkowski puts one up in front. Rebound, nobody there. And this one's cleared. It'll go end to end.
Harubin and Stensrud with a nice passing play across, but then Stensrud's shot just missed the net. Couple of point streaks on the line. 9 in a row for Harubin, 8 for Bryce Stensrud.
Swiatkowski spinning his way from behind the net. Minute 20 to go on the power play for Carmel. Swiatkowski look in front. Nobody there to put it home. Gornick couldn't get a stick on it. Angling pass. Harubin up to Stensrud. Under a minute now on the power play for Carmel, and another clear.
Power play started pretty well for Carmel, but in the last 20, 30 seconds or so, Viator's been doing a fine job at killing it.
45 seconds now. And sloppy play that time by Stensrud. That may have just been tired legs right there. Didn't attack the puck that time. And a clear caught by Stensrud. 20 to go here on the Carmel power play. They got to get something moving here. Gornick wrapping his way around. Gornick feet in front, couple of taps, look in front, still nothing, and Grimaldi the one that comes up with it.
Wow, Gornick to Dankelson to Harubin, and then stopped by Grimaldi. That was a very well-executed passing play with the man advantage for the Corsairs, but unable to get that by Grimaldi, who so far has made 21 saves and allowed 0 goals with less than 9 minutes left in the third.
5 seconds to go on the power play, 8:55 to go in the third. 2-goal lead for the visiting St. Viator Lions. Maybe one last chance here for Carmel, and the penalty killed off. Corsairs maintain possession. Harrop holds that one in. Kicked aside. Wright has it. Trying to turn his way up ice. Mueller controls, slowing down the pace here. 8:20 to go. And we get a whistle and an icing the other way. We want to thank our sponsors here on the SHL Network: CCTY Bearing, Christopher Burke Engineering, Stormy's Tavern and Grill, Glassa, the Great Lakes Adaptive Sports Association, York Hockey, Loyola Hockey, Wintrust Bank, Lake Forest Bank and Trust, a Wintrust Community Bank, Kramer Construction, and Schmidt Goaltending.
Still think that Grimaldi save at the very beginning, Tyler, is going to be our save of the game after all?
I would have to believe so. The way that he has played in net and the goose egg on the scoreboard certainly helps the case as well. .7:45 to play, third period. Puck wraps its way around. It's Kuffel. We're seeing some new names now cycle out there for St. Viator. Jones skips by one defender. Jones turns on the Jets. His pass went all the way through, and it's headed the other way with Carmel.
That was a great look for the fourth line of St. Viator.
Trying to freshen up some bodies here.
And, of course, the first line out there for Paul Eberhardt's side.
Nice move that time by Stensrud. Gets it up ahead. Look in front. Kick save made Grimaldi. Knocked down the shot that time from Eberhardt. Swikowski lofts one the length of the ice. Ricochets off the window. Stensrud. .640 to go. Carmel trying to force the issue on offense. Swikowski and Huffman patrolling on the defensive zone. Poked away, kneeling. Hugging the boards, wrapping its way around to Leaf. Haven't had a whistle in quite some time here. Eberhardt chasing. Won't catch up to it. And now we'll get a whistle, and that'll send Eberhardt to the box. Looked like on an elbow.
Yeah, he skates his way there, and you saw the signage from the official. Eberhardt, I'm sure his father, the head coach of Carmel Catholic, is not very happy with that penalty, is now already with a 2-0 lead. Viator's going to be on the power play for the next 2 minutes, forcing Carmel with only 4 minutes of 5-on-5 skating time to come back unless they score a shorthanded goal, which they absolutely might. They've got 2 on the season so far this year.
And just getting back to the penalty there from Eberhardt seemed more like frustration than anything else that time. Lost control of the puck, found a Viator player and hit him with an elbow that time. Just kind of the night it's been so far for this Carmel team. Although I guess the one saving grace, a perfect 4 for 4 on the penalty kill for the Corsairs so far, trying to make it 5 for 5. O'Neal weaving through traffic. O'Neal trying to take on the Corsairs himself. O'Neal knocked out of his skates that time. Kept alive. Harrer looking for Mueller. Couldn't find anything there. Wilson couldn't hold it in. He'll take it himself now. Wilson jabbing at the blue line.
Very solid penalty kill by the Corsairs so far. You were talking about it, 4 for 4 on the night. They've been doing a great job at that so far. Their penalty kill's 8th in the league, sitting at only an 83%, but really nice job against the 5th best team in this league, St. Viator.
Kneeling, drops it down, look in front. Nice save made that time by Lloyd. With 30 seconds to go on the Viator penalty,
And yeah, Tyler, with 4:37 left here in the third period, Carmel still down by 2. Starting to get closer and closer to crunch time for the Corsairs if they want any shot of coming back and maybe getting a win.
Kuffels shot into the mitt that time of Lloyd, and we'll get another offensive zone draw for St. Viator. When you look at what you've seen so far today, Dylan, what's been your biggest takeaway between these two teams here as we get another look in front, and it's through? Angelo Massaro, the lefty, zips one past Lloyd, unaccounted for, to make it a 3-goal game in favor of the Lions.
Well, his brother, Mike Mazzaro, was the initial starting goaltender. His brother said, here, I'll score for you so you don't feel left out in the household. After the face-off win, cuts right to the slot between the hash marks, found a lane, he saw it, he fired it with a wrister and beat Dylan Lloyd. And now with the power play marker, out of 11 power play opportunities combined by these teams, the first to go in makes it 3-0 for the Lions.
4:29 to go here in the third. Mazzaro gets on the board for St. Viator, his 4th goal of the season. Give him 9 points now on the year. Left up ahead. Stensrud. Kicked around, back to Stensrud. Switkowski calling for it, and he never got it. Battle for the puck in the corner, finally out to Switkowski. Thought about one, looking for Stensrud, and we've got a whistle. And Taylor and Charlie Lenahan had to be separated that time.
Maybe even a penalty as the linesman kind of escorts him to the box. And yes, sir, he will get one. Taylor guilty of a penalty, and Lenahan will head to the bench without a penalty of his own. So 3:48 left to go here in regulation time. A power play for Carmel. You know, you really got to think they have to score in the first minute of this penalty. How aggressive will P.J. Eberhardt be with his goaltender Dylan Lloyd? Down by 3. Does the power play make a difference? We're all going to find out here in what's sure to be an exciting finish.
0 for 6 so far for Carmel. Harabin look in front. This is one of the better chances, and it's knocked down. One of the best looks we've seen so far today, and Harabin can't keep it in.
Unforced clear by Carmel. That is not what you want at this stage of the game.
Sloppy offensively. Harabin trying to play hero ball that time. Can't come away with it. Now Wren with it. His pass knocked down. Gathered by Stensrud. Peeling his way back to the top. Resetting the offense. Switkowski nearly lost a handle on it. Back to Switkowski. His shot. Fumbled in front. Kept alive. Minute to go here on the power play. 2:45 for the game. Switkowski. Here's a look. Knocked down. Nice move that time from Grimaldi. Kept alive, though. Gornick spinning his way through. Lost the handle on it. 2.5 to go. 40 seconds left on the power play. They had Wren in front. Didn't go to him. Chopped down and finally cleared out of there. Good defense on the back end by Dylan Harrer that time. Under 30 seconds left on the power play. Stensrud. Wren trying to hold in. Can't do it, and another clear this time. Under 10 seconds to go here. Another frustrating power play attempt from this Carmel offense.
St. Viator inching a little bit closer with each second that passes to 8-1-1 in their last 10.
And the penalty killed off with 100 seconds left in this contest. O'Neal attempts to hold this one and can't do it. Carmel just trying to get on the scoreboard here. Final 70 seconds of play. Carmel gonna drop to 9-11-1 in the SHL, while St. Viator will sprint ahead, their 12th victory of the season, to accompany the 7-3 on the back end and move them to 26-23-1 on the year. Lenahan holds, just trying to get on the scoreboard. Here's a look in front, Grimaldi there, and Grimaldi comes up with the save. Now some extracurriculars in front of Grimaldi.
Grimaldi has looked so solid tonight in net. He is only a few seconds away from getting a shutout here. 24 saves on the night so far. And then, yeah, you pointed it out, a little bit of extracurriculars happening after the whistle.
So with 43 seconds to go, and now the officials getting control here for these final moments. Our Schmidt goaltending save of the game is that one made by Grimaldi early on that so far has preserved the shutout. And a big reason why there is that goose egg on the scoreboard right now. It hasn't been like Carmel hasn't had opportunities today. 24 shots on goal for the Corsairs, but none finding the twine.
Yeah, that save was absolutely unbelievable. I called it right off the bat. I had a feeling that we weren't going to see one more impressive than that.
Now officials sorting things out, and it looks like we are going to have coincidental minors here as Dankelson going to the box for Carmel, and then it'll be PJ Hennigan, his second trip to the penalty box today.
So many penalties in this game. These two teams, you don't really think of them necessarily as rivals, but here, when the cameras are rolling and the SHL network is here, you want to win a little bit more than you do on any other night.
So the final 43 seconds, Gornick feeds it in. Carmel just trying to get on the scoreboard here. And the empty netter, sealed by Mazzaro. That'll be a second goal of the night and put this one away for St. Viator. 4-0. The lead is extended to the first multi-goal period for the Lions. And with 30 seconds left on the clock, all but a formality at this point.
That's just about as official as you can get without it actually being official. Angelo Mazzaro gets his second of the night. You said it, right into the empty cage. And I'm down here at ice level already, getting ready for the interview, and no one was more pumped after that goal than Dominic Grimaldi in net.
Dylan Ward will be joined by Coach Tim Benz shortly after the conclusion of this one. Final 20 seconds of action here from Glacier Ice Arena in Vernon Hills. And it'll move St. Viator to 12-7-3. Currently sitting 5th in the SHL. Final couple ticks going off here. Carmel will drop to 9-11-1 in the league, and now we get a fight with 0.4 seconds, and they're gonna just drain the final ticks off the clock. And that's gonna do it for us here in Vernon Hills. A physical battle, but one dominated by the visiting St. Viator Lions. A shutout in net for Dominic Grimaldi. And St. Viator, a pair of goals from Angelo Mazzaro, as well as one from Patrick Neary and Reeden Mueller. And those were the tallies in today's contest. None on the other side for Carmel. Dylan Ward now is on the ice with Coach Benz And the shutout goalkeeper today, Dominic Grimaldi. Dylan.
Thank you, Tyler. We're just going to go down to Dominic Grimaldi here at post-game. 24-save shutout for you in net. You were not the initial starter. It was going to be Mazzaro, had that equipment malfunction, but Coach turned to you after that, and you put up a goose egg. Walk me through the feeling of winning that game.
It's a great feeling knowing he was still there to support me after what happened to him. You could tell he was upset about the loss, or the not playing, but he came up for me and told me to keep going, and knowing I could still step up for my team and get this big win was huge.
Couple of really impressive saves, but one that really stood out was only about 2 or 3 minutes into the game. Right over there, we named it our Schmidt goaltending save of the game. Walk me through that play as best you can remember.
I got to give something to my defense. They came over and told me they were looking back door, so as soon as I saw that pass get through, I knew I just had to push over there and I would have them.
Last one for you, Dom. 10-1-1 are the St. Viator Lions in their last 12 SHL games. You guys are getting hot, and this is the right time to do it. What are you looking for to close out the regular season here and into the SHL and state playoffs?
Yeah, we still got 5 big games to go. I think 3 or 4 of them are against top 5 teams, so it's a good time to get hot, especially with the end of the year coming and big push going to the playoffs.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dominic Grimaldi, #1 star, and the shutout victory. Thanks so much, and have fun with the team. Back to you, Tyler.
For us here from Glacier Ice Arena, 4-0, the victory for the 6th-ranked team in the country, St. Viator. Thanks for watching, everyone, on the SHL Network. A special thank you to our engineer, Magic Max Anderson, and our camera operator, Andrew Rubin. For Dylan Ward, I'm Tyler Rocky. Have a great night, everyone.